Hello everybody, welcome back to another Let's Play video. In this video we're going to build an armory, as said in the title. This will house all our armor, and that's about it. Let's go. I'm going to go get some cobblestone, and we're going to get to work. Alright, I've got 2 stacks of cobblestone. I think I'm going to want to use copper for this build, so we're going to try to collect a lot of that. I'm gonna try to find a little bit more copper, just so I don't need to come back here a million times. Okay, I was thinking the armory could come up here, in this little area. Alright, so this will be probably the shape of it. There'll be a little spot out here, which will be like an outdoor part. And for that outdoor part, I'm gonna need granite and brick. So granite shouldn't be too difficult, but for brick I'm going to need clay. The only place I can get clay is all the way down here. Alright, we have a little bit of clay. Hopefully it's enough for enough brick blocks. Next, I'm going to go find some granite. Oh, what in the world? And I have that for 40 seconds. There's really no granite in here. Alright, after that close call, we found the granite. And we're just going to mine up a bit, and then head back to base. Alright, we got some granite. And actually, I think this blast furnace can stay, because I have 3 more. I didn't know I had those. Those will be going in the armory. That's nice of you. Alright, I think we can start building now. Alright, so right now we're building up the walls. I'm starting to throw in some andesite for some texture. And then I think we're going to work on the roof. We're also going to throw in some deep slate to break the stone apart a little. How did they both drop saplings? Alright, now we're going to build up these parts on both ends. And I am fine with it oxidizing. In fact, I think it'll look better if it oxidizes. When you stone cut copper, when you use a stone cutter on a regular copper block, it multiplies it by 4. Because for the crafting recipe, you use 4 blocks, and then you get 4 cut copper. But here you use 1 block and you get 4. So stop crafting your cut copper, because you could be getting 4 times as much. I'm gonna still need more copper though. Alright, well that's most of the copper. There's quite a few mobs in there, so I'm gonna get out of there. But I got quite a bit. This skeleton is making this a nightmare. Looks like my bricks are almost done. I'm gonna quickly do these 2 parts of the roofs. Alright, and that is the roof done. Got this copper in here. Eventually it will oxidize, but for now it will stay bright orange. And yeah, next we have to do the interior. Well, actually first I'm going to do this little exterior part right here, because my bricks should be done smelting. Alright, here it is. This is where we will put an anvil, I think. Right there. Alright, next I'm going to take some spruce wood and do just a little bit of detailing. Alright, so on the front we put a couple spruce bits on. I'm going to move the anvil because now it's a little bit in the way. Much better. Now we can do this interior bit, but I'm going to do a bit of spruce on the back because right now the back looks a little lacking. as you can see, the back clearly needs something. I think I'm going to throw a back exit on. Alright, the final thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and we're going to put what will eventually be a flower bed when that becomes grass. Now we can get to work on the interior, which will start with a floor. I think the floor is just going to be oak planks. I think that fits pretty well here. I think it'll work. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Alright, now up here, I think I'm going to do some deep slate. That makes the building feel quite a lot smaller, actually. I think I'm going to lower this by 1. Next, we're going to do the interior. So we can start blast furnace here. We can do like a little table here where we can set some tools. Or I guess it's an armory, so we can set armor there. Next, I'm going to make a few armor stands, and eventually, as we collect armor, such as like broken pieces of... Do I have any? I don't think I do. No. We can just collect random pieces of iron, build our own iron sets. We can set them there. Alright, we got a couple armor stands. I'm going to put one here. I'm going to set one here. And I'll put some storage over here. Here we have storage. That's a creeper. Alright. Finally, we have the anvil here. I'm going to set a smithing table in here. Probably right there. So in here, the only piece of spare armor we have is this golden helmet that from the Nether episode. That can be tossed in here, but eventually, long down the road, we will be getting End City loot, and this will be the place that goes. In these little barrels here. I think I'm gonna make... I think this barrel, we can put armor trims. And the only... it's not an armor trim, but I do have this, which counts. So as we collect armor trims, they will also go in here. Actually, I think the trims will go in the chests. Armor will go in the barrels. We've got some blast furnaces here. So, like, if I'm smelting, 32 iron, it'll go in here. But if I am using blast furnace in large quantities, it'll go in there. Alright. I think the armory looks pretty cool. The last thing I wanted to do today, eventually I'll build paths, and having a strict cutoff here wouldn't look too good. So I need to like kind of texture it, gradient it, if you will. And to do that, I wanted to use mud. Like the bottles for the glass isn't too hard to get, and the dirt isn't all that hard to get. But the wheat is, because I don't have any. So I'm going to run around, I'm going to pick a bit of seeds, and we're going to build a little bit of a farm. And this flower bed, it's looking like it's becoming grass. That's what we wanted. Eventually we will put some flowers in there. Alright, I've got quite a few seeds here. I want a few more leaves though, because that's what's going to go around the farm so it doesn't look, out of place. So I'm going to grab some shears, assuming I have shears. Oh, they're in my inventory. And I'm going to go collect a few more oak leaves. Alright, the shears broke. I've got almost 2 stacks of leaves. Hopefully enough seeds. So yeah, let's find a good spot to put the wheat field. I mean, I'm thinking right over here, right outside the armory will work. We just kind of... Yeah, it's a nice shape. It's pretty flat, but I think that's fine. You kind of just toss a couple of these around. Boom. Nice little wheat field. Again, it's flat, doesn't have much depth, but... Alright, and before I do anything else, I don't want to go all the way down to the river every time I need water. So I'm going to set one up right here, an infinite water source. so I don't run out of water. I think I'm going to cover the water blocks with spruce slabs, because I can block them off and they will still hydrate the ground. And I don't think I have enough seeds, but I should have enough to get started. I don't quite have enough seeds to finish the whole thing, but we got about half of it. Alright, next, I think I had a cool idea for a lamppost. So I'm going to throw in some of that, because mobs keep spawning everywhere. Can go ahead and set up a lamppost right here. And it's very clear. I need a light source over here, because mobs keep doing this and it's getting annoying. So I'm going to craft a few more torches. Oh, sick. I'm not going to craft any torches. I'm just going to plop a couple here, just so that mobs will stop coming over here, hopefully. And we're going to end this episode by doing another level 30 enchantment on my diamond pickaxe, which is in here somewhere. There it is. I'm also going to clear my inventory a bit. I need that. That's not helpful. That's going to be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. And I'll see you next time.